I mean, the last time that we really spooked the market, we did nearly crash the economy.
And what happens when you crash? You reverse and you drive off. Yeah. You don't give them your details.
Hit and run.
Hello, I'm Michael Odewale. Welcome to A News Thing, the weekly podcast where we find out what's going on, courtesy of Channel 4. This week, we're talking about, could the Ukraine war be coming to an end?
Trump is the Roy Keane of America.
It's so stinky. Yeah. Really stinky, stinky winky.
Is the UK ready for a black superstar?
Definitely needs my opinion. A white ex-Harrovian. Wayne Rooney doing an unboxing video.
Wayne Rooney doing an unboxing. Oh, bless him. Do you think he'd be able to?
He wouldn't know which way up the box open.
And what's in the budget and why are they coming for milkshakes? The minimum wage.
Minimum wage.
Currently, the family group chat is quaking in its boots.
Joining me to discuss this week's big news stories is comedian and YouTuber Max Fosh and Politics Joe's political editor Ava-Santina Evans. All right, there's some big story. We could talk about Greta Jones. So she pulled a stunt at the COP30.
You mean Greta Thunberg? Unless she's married. That would be bigger news, actually. She's married a Welshman. She now lives in Abergavenny.
Greta Thunberg and 35 other climate activists, they were banned from Venice after they dyed the Grand Canal green in protest against COP30 because they didn't mention fossil fuel limits. Now, Max, you've done some pranks in the past.
Yeah.
Where do you rank this one?
It's quite nice. We're kind of seeing the YouTubeification of Greta Thunberg. She's becoming, me and Greta, the duo that nobody asked for.
You'd collab?
Yeah, we could collab. Yeah. To be fair, I think she's got some good formats that she could work off.
Green dye. And it was like non-toxic. Yeah. On brand.
$1 paint versus $1,000 paint. Art gallery edition. Yeah. Last to leave the Amazon burns it down. It's quite hard though for Greta to do an impassionate speech about climate change and then do an advert for Shopify.
Now, because a lot of people get annoyed at her for these protests, but protests are supposed to be annoying, no?
They do it to Chicago every year, don't they, for St. Patrick's Day? They do dye the river green. Do you think that the people who actually did the dyeing are pissed off that she's getting the credit for it? Like, did she actually go down there and put the physical dye into the river, or did she employ someone to do it?
I reckon she's, on the front line.
She was, yeah.
How many gallons do you need? Because you really need to make sure you get those quantities right.
I reckon it was 2 bath bombs.
From Lush.
But then there's also other stories we could talk about. So X, formerly known as Twitter, they've put up location settings so you can see where accounts are really based. Yeah. So for example, an account called Trump Army with more than 500,000 followers was revealed to be based in India.
And what's wrong with that?
Nothing wrong with that. You can be
I just felt like you were lining it up like there was something wrong with that.
But I guess
Indians can't love America.
He can love America, but I guess he's making it seem as if he's...
Ava-Santina, voice of Musk. She's been paid off.
Voice of India. India. But he's making it seem as like he's on the front line in fucking Kentucky, just fighting, but he's just shit stirring from over there. No?
There's a serious point about it because Mayor of London Sadiq Khan, he experiences extreme abuse, especially on X, and they did some research a couple of months ago that they'd sent through that was around 30% of it is not from the UK and the majority of it is not from London. So a lot of it is bot farming and a lot of it is influencing public opinion even though you're not actually involved in you're not a voter and you can't contribute to the conversation.
I do think there's something wrong if you have an account called Take the Country Back and you're in Vietnam. I just think there is... You can
would have been very apt in the 60s and 70s. They were ahead of their time.
They also found a number of accounts claiming to be from Scotland, exclusively posting Scottish independence, and they were based in Iran. So obviously, as we know, many Iranians.
Tehran.
Do you see where BBC was based?
No.
US.
Is that
VPN?
Real? Yeah.
Someone trying to get around the age restriction laws.
Yeah, probably.
Naughty. I know what you're doing. I mean, have you guys, in terms of abuse, obviously online, horrible. Sometimes it is quite funny. Have you ever had anything that's been relatively amusing?
One time I was on Jonathan Ross comedy show, and then someone commented, Isn't this the guy who killed Lee Rigby? Because my name's Michael Odewale, and the guy who killed him was like Adebowale. And then I was like, you think he got out of prison?
He's been working on his Type 5 in the jail cell.
And then went straight to the Jonathan Ross show.
That feels like something Jonathan Ross would do.
Big booking for Ross, that.
I just have... From a time in my life when someone said that they didn't want to shag me, I get like every single day someone messages me saying I would shag you. But the sad thing is they're saying it earnestly. They're saying it in a way that's like, you are shaggable. I always like those comments though. I think that's really nice.
Because it's coming from a genuine place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I need a little pick-me-up every now and again as well.
And we could also talk about the fact the 6'7" viral dance is apparently officially dead because Keir Starmer did it in a school with a bunch of kids.
Yeah, I did see it.
It was a pre-planned visit. He didn't just turn up at the school.
He didn't just turn up.
Yeah.
Looking for lobbing some younger voters.
Yeah. He has got his DBS. Like
it's all cleared.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
I did see it. It's out of all of the time-honoured traditions of politicians trying to turn to pop culture and doing memes, it wasn't one of the worst ones that I've seen. It wasn't a Pokemon go to the polls level.
Do you know what I liked about the video is that he actually was a bad boy in the video because the teacher was like, we're actually banning that dance. And he was like, oh, well, you know, I didn't start it.
Sorry, I got that riz.
Yeah.
Miss.
I think he should lean into like the bad boy of politics.
You think?
More.
Do you think he's got that about him?
I think this could be the angle. This could be the thing that sort of makes people start liking it. Maybe start giving wedgies. Maybe not wedgies. That's the night. We're spitballing.
I would absolutely love that during, the House of Commons. Prime Minister's questions, just going about teabagging.
Yeah.
Kemi Bain.
I don't think it's called teabagging.
Not teabagging. No, that must be a Harrow thing. That's just a Harrow thing.
That's too much of a bad boy. That's P. Diddy bad boy.
That's a whole different thing.
What did you call it at school when you would pull someone's trousers down?
Let's get into the real stories, guys. Russia-Ukraine peace plan.
Time for the funnies.
Yeah, let's get into the real shit. The US is meeting both Russia and Ukraine delegations to discuss a refined peace proposal to end the war. Whilst Russia's response is still unknown, Zelensky says his country is ready to move forward with the framework of the US-Ukraine peace plan. And that's according to a Reuters report. A Ukraine official said the most sensitive issues of the agreement would need to be discussed by Trump and Zelensky. While negotiations take place, Russia continues to carry out intensive missile strikes in Ukrainian cities. Now, guys, do you think this will be a good deal led by Trump?
They've called it a refined peace process, which is a really
like the
nice...
M&S of
peace it's a really nice bit of PR spin.
Yeah, it's a pertinent word as well because what he wanted to do was just turn Ukraine into an American refinery. Yeah. That is essentially what he wanted to do. Yeah. There was quite a serious conversation at one point about putting a European army on the border of Ukraine to protect the minerals that are in Ukraine that Trump wanted to extract and presumably put, he really likes gold. He's quite like Liberace with how he likes decorating things. Yes. So, he probably wanted to cover one of the Trump towers in sort of Ukrainian minerals.
Yeah.
And there was a genuine question. That's when we were all talking about, are we going to be conscripted? Us.
In everyday people.
Yeah, there were a lot of vox pops of people being like, would you go fight on the front? And everyone was just like, hell no.
Nah.
I would have done comms. I would have been good at comms.
Live tweeting.
Yeah.
Oh dear. They've broken through the line. Lol.
Do a kitchen shift.
I'm at the border like...
How many battalions?
6 or 7.
I mean, it's funny because the deal has basically been written by Russia and the US.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
So Ukraine hasn't been involved in this at all, which doesn't sound great. It's quite weird seeing Trump as a peacemaker. It's like Jeremy Clarkson became the spokesperson for Just Stop Oil.
Yeah. But Trump, he feels like he's on a roll now with the peace plans because according to him, he solved Israel, Palestine. Yeah. That's done. And he also says that he's solved some other wars. Now, can you guys name the wars?
Solved?
That he's like, I've done this.
India, Pakistan,
that's one.
Other ones? Iran? I think he's been talking about...
Let's see if Iran's in there. Israel, Iran, yeah.
Has he done anything in Myanmar?
Myanmar?
Yeah.
Myanmar's not on the list.
Sudan?
No, that's still ongoing.
No.
Sudan's
Sudan's really bad right now.
Africa, any other for Africa?
Any more for Africa?
It's like we're pointless.
Yeah, that's actually Bob Geldof. Any more for Africa? Well, Rwanda, Congo. I gave you that one.
No, come on. The Congo's not done.
Nah. Trump said he's done it.
He's not done it.
He's finished it.
It's not. I don't make the rules. Any more?
Armenia? That's still ongoing. That's pretty Azerbaijan.
Armenia, Azerbaijan. He's solved that one.
No, but that was also helped by Kim Kardashian.
Did she really? How'd she do that?
They went on a very important visit to Armenia for one of the episodes of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I don't know if you've seen it. It's pivotal in the conflict, actually, because it was like a show of American strength.
Really? She gave out some skims.
It's a heartwarming episode, actually.
Serbia, Kosovo.
That one was done ages ago.
Yeah, but he just came in and just tied it up a little bit.
I've just been in Kosovo. I don't remember it being, but maybe that's
Holiday?
why.
Work trip?
Yeah, I did. We went to the Genocide Museum there, actually.
On holiday?
Really brought the mood down.
You went to a genocide meeting and brought the mood down.
Imagine that, the all-inclusive. Right, today, guys, Samba at 9, cocktails at the bar, trip to the Genocide Museum. Who's in?
It kind of was like that. So it was like my boyfriend and his dad and his mum, and they wanted to go somewhere with aircon. So I suggested the Genocide Museum.
And how did you know it would have
for the air conditioning?
Mamdani went over. He was buddy with him.
Yeah,
look at
that. That was fascinating.
That was beautiful, wasn't it? You could tell he's in love with Mamdani.
But what did Mamdani do?
He just smiled at him. Look at that smile.
He did. He's got a very like a cheeky chap. He's Mamdani.
Yeah,
soft boy energy.
He might have brought his wife. I would smile at his wife.
Yeah.
That's a good-looking woman.
Yeah, she's pretty.
And
That's a pretty couple. They met on Hinge.
I know.
Yeah.
And she's got her own life. Do you know, she during his election campaign, by the way, he's about to become mayor of New York, huge moment for him. She put up an Instagram post of all the wonderful things that happened to her that month. He was not in that.
Nice.
And I respected that.
Q3 dump. Nothing of Zoran.
Trump is rebranding himself as a global peacemaker. He called the Gaza peace plan the Trump Declaration for Enduring Peace and Prosperity, which sounds like a Borat movie title to me. Nominations for the Peace Prize close in January 2026. Israel's already nominated Trump.
They're the only ones.
Yeah, they're the only ones who nominated him for that. That's kind of like Joseph Fritzl calling you a good dad. It's just, does he deserve any sort of praise for seemingly going for these peace plans?
I think what's fun about his foreign policy is that he would like to settle conflicts abroad, but has brought destability to the United States.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen what he's been doing with the ICE agents recently.
Or the National Guard.
I think he's like, why have conflict abroad when we can have it at home? It's,
He does seem to like a bit of argy-bargy. He's got a bit of Roy Keane about him. Do you know what I mean? He's just he likes to tackle.
I mean,
Trump is the Roy Keane of America.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's supposed to let him know you're there. You know what I mean?
He's kind of operating like his entire foreign policy just on headlines, so that he can say, "Oh, I did this thing," but you look into the actualities of the deal, which his base isn't probably doing.
No,
and you see that it's a bit of a dumpster fire for anyone that isn't him. But it is weirdly it's working. Like he's being able to throw his weight around in ways, and everyone's just been like, "Yep." No,
but if you look at it from
fatphobic of you, what you just said there, actually.
Yeah. If you look at it from a Ukrainian perspective, they would argue they're being left out of the negotiations. Trump seems to be hot and cold on Zelensky. He's called him sort of a moderately successful comedian. Nothing wrong with that. Wrong with, you've got to make a living.
I'd kill for that.
Yeah, I mean, moderate. I'll take that. But, he does seem to be like, we're going to do the deal and then you guys just sign what we bring to you. Is that a realistic way of getting peace?
That's mad. I always forget that he was a comedian because he came and he's done a couple of talks at Parliament, and I have to say, zero stage presence.
Really?
Yeah.
You do know after all this is done, though, his hour is going to be
It's going to be fire. My goodness. Netflix, sign him up.
So good.
Trump's on a roll right now. Are there any other peace deals you think he should try and get on top of?
I reckon he could solve the Colleen Rooney, Rebecca Vardy, Wagatha Christie stuff.
Oh.
Get him involved in that.
Yeah.
Also, he became president in January. Who came back in the summer? Oasis.
Look at that.
Makes you think.
Look at that.
Makes you think.
True. That is true. Birmingham bin strike for me.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Or just general bin collection.
You want Trump on that?
General, what is the council doing? Did you see, I don't know his real name, the guy from The Inbetweeners?
Simon Bird, Joe Thomas.
Is that his name? Does he play? No, he's the blonde one. The one who was always... Jay Slater, was that his name?
No, that's... That would be a crazy turn of events. He's called James Buckley.
Okay, anyway. He was moaning about the council, because you know the council aren't even going to grit the roads anymore when it's icy. Some councils...
Much like Jay Slater wondering where Birmingham Council are.
Yeah. Just remembered who Jay Slater is.
Please, can we keep that in?
Oh, my God.
Anyway, I think Trump could be good in those negotiations.
The Truth Social post would be amazing. It's so stinky. Yeah. Really stinky, stinky winky.
I mean, it's a febrile environment up in Birmingham right now. There's rats everywhere. It's disgusting. But where are they normally? Because they don't just... Rats? Do you know what I mean? Like, they're that, that big, that with the tail or whatever. But where are they normally when there aren't bins?
On set, normally.
Or the massive rats.
Ratatouille 2.
So, basically, we've learned that Trump is the Roy Keane of America. The Genocide Museum has a great aircon. And Trump seems to be solving a ton of world conflicts, but maybe not as much as the Kardashians. Ian Wright, famous Arsenal legend, doesn't think some people are ready for a black superstar. Following the media treatment of Jude Bellingham during England's World Cup qualifiers, he is regularly criticised despite being a world superstar at the age of just 22. And Ian has accused the media of manufacturing beef rather than focus on his playing ability. Sky Sports reported Jude was voted player of the match in the last game against Albania, but there was a lot of focus on the fact that he might not have celebrated Kane's goal because he was substituted early. But when people reviewed the footage, it didn't really seem to have happened. These accusations are unfounded. The criticism for Jude Bellingham has come from multiple sources, including the Daily Mail. Headlines have included "Leave Jude at home" and "Have some respect" following the game. Does English football have a race problem? Asked two guests. I think, yeah.
Why are you laughing? It's a very serious topic, actually.
I think the important thing about this story about racism is that it definitely needs my opinion. A white ex-Harrovian. I mean, to be fair, I do...
Is that like a Whovian, like a Dr. Who thing? Okay.
Yeah. But more teabagging involved. Of course, I think the thing is that English football, I think, definitely has a race problem. I mean, have you seen how many St George's flags are at football matches?
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere now. Because there's examples of sort of, black British footballers, like Marcus Rashford tried to feed some kids. People got mad at him. Some players missed penalties, not on purpose. People got mad at them.
That was awful. That was
feeding the kids. I know. Awful. Why would you do that? Why would you?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Does Jude Bellingham is a worldwide superstar, right? People tell him to be humble. He plays for Real Madrid. He models for Louis Vuitton. He scored a fucking overhead kick at the World Cup. Like, when people say be humble, it's like, what are you talking about? I found £5 on the floor before I wasn't humble. You know what I mean? This idea that we have that people should have humility, is it unrealistic? Do you know what I think? Is it even just a race thing? Because people got onto David Beckham for being, too big for his boots.
But was that a class thing?
Could be a class thing.
I know what you're getting at, that we are
really
just...
touchy on subjects I can't go anywhere near. I do think that, in this country, we are all so miserable that anybody who is incredibly successful, we will find anything to tear them down.
But we'll build them up first.
Yes.
And then tear them down once they're aware that they're good.
We're a miserable country. I tell you where that was really prevalent as well. Do you remember, did you used to watch X Factor when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
And do you know at the beginning...
Steve Brookstein years.
I don't know who that is.
You're going
First
back
of X
in
Factor.
the day.
Come on. Sorry, it seems I'm with an amateur on this over.
He's going OG X Factor. Wow.
But do you know when someone would start out as the underdog and you'd support them right up until the end?
Cher Lloyd.
And then the second that they looked like they were going to win the competition, you're immediately dialing for someone else who might not be as good, but is not the clear winner, the clear front runner. You can't be happy for people.
No. England want to win the World Cup, right? Is this approach to attacking our best players is counterproductive? Or does Jude Bellingham, do you think there's an element where Jude Bellingham does kind of, is he over arrogant?
Does he have to be demure?
No.
I mean, I know that's kind of what the point you were making earlier, but like, why is it his responsibility to be a role model? Can he not just go and play football?
I mean, the only thing I could point to of Jude Bellingham being cocky/arrogant is when he scored that overhead kick, he went to the camera and said something like, "I'm that guy."
Yeah, I think he said, "Who else?"
Yeah, who else?
Who else?
But he is like,
Who else though? Who else?
Nobody else did it.
It was him.
When I do the washing up, who else? That's why I shout to the rest of the family.
Yeah.
You know, am I a prick? Maybe. But Max, you know of these pressures because you're in the football world.
You know, someone played at Wembley.
Yeah, you played at Wembley.
Yeah.
In the Sidemen charity match.
Yeah.
How was that?
Slightly different atmosphere from a World Cup qualifier.
No abuse?
No abuse. It's basically 80,000 9-year-olds doing the 6-7 dance.
That's crazy.
It's weird now that content creators are kind of going into this world of like sport. I think we should start doing job swaps as well.
Yeah.
Like, you know, get Lionel Messi on Twitch.
Ooh.
Wayne Rooney doing an unboxing video.
That'd be
Wayne
cool.
Rooney doing an unboxing. Oh, bless him. Do you think he'd be able to?
He wouldn't know which way up the box open.
Would you, you know, the boxing side, is that something that you would...
I was genuinely approached for a boxing match by DAZN to fight Laurence Fox.
Really?
Yeah.
And
I didn't put it to Laurence.
Really?
I didn't really think about it. I just said no, thank you. Oh, now I've said it out loud. Everyone's like, you should do the fight. I don't want to give that man any ounce of my attention.
That would be so bad for society, that fight.
It really would be. It would be so bad.
Are you
for
more
society.
of a lover than a fighter? Maybe you two could just do some kissing for charity or something.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
That would be nice.
I think the 9-year-olds would really like that, actually.
I think... Yeah. And then we all teabag after.
Yeah.
Beautiful full circle moment. So basically, we've learned that someone still remembers Steve Brookstein. Max turned down the opportunity to punch Laurence Fox, and this country is utterly miserable. All right, guys, it's now time for the real story, the juicy story. The thing that's going down today, the budget.
Yeah.
Can I be the first to say happy budget day?
Yeah.
Do you guys have any budget day traditions in your family? You'll just sit around the TV, see how much more tax you're going to be paying this year, anything like that?
Normally, it wouldn't really affect me. I'm not normally in the category of it being effective. But
she's doing well for herself.
Yeah, but that mansion tax is coming in, so, you know.
Coming in.
Yeah. Currently, the family group chat is quaking in its boots.
How are you doing? Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm okay. Thanks for asking. Yeah, that had the same vibe of Holly Willoughby on this morning. Are we okay? Are we okay? That's me coming downstairs to see whether Rachel Reeves has come down the chimney and taken my full pension.
Well, let's get into some of the details. Some of the leaked tax rises, because we're still a couple of hours away when we record right now from all the details being revealed. Leaked tax rises include a £2 per night tourist tax levy on hotels and Airbnbs, an extension of the sugar tax, dubbed the Milkshake Tax on cold milk drinks like lattes and milkshakes, and reports that there will be a mansion tax on properties costing over £2 million. Max, you know, this is a hard day for you. This is your 9/11, you know what I mean? So, Reeves has decided not to raise income tax rates.
She nearly did. She really nearly did.
But then they kind of leak it a bit early just to kind of gauge.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, people don't like that.
They're kind of like edging the country just to see whether they like it or not. And
Yeah.
they'll be like, no, absolutely not. The milkshake tax, interesting.
How miserable can this country... When we're taxing milkshakes, like really?
Going to bring the boys to her yard.
Fucking hell,
And
man.
my boys, management consultants drinking Huel. That's who's going to be marching on Parliament next. All in their gilets.
That's a good point. Would you all qualify for that?
They keep with the wealth tax and the mansion tax, especially after the last budget, the huge conversation was the wealthy will leave. Is there been any data, asking the serious journalist here, has there been any data to suggest that people are leaving?
Yes.
Right.
But not necessarily. Yeah.
They were right.
But not in a significant of a number. And there are also questions about whether they are physically leaving or whether the money is just leaving. So you can...
Well, the latter is probably the more important bit.
Yes. So they're just sort of moving.
Yeah, we don't want them for their
money.
personality.
No.
You know what I mean? We want them for their cash.
I always think Sadiq Khan makes a really good argument, which is that if, you know, wealthy people will actually not leave England's big cities or the UK's big cities because the attraction to be here is that there are good schools, there are great restaurants, the culture.
Shrek Museum.
Shrek Museum.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that. And you can get into the London Aquarium if you're under 3.
Yeah.
Anyway, point being, so you want to be around that, so you will live here, ergo you will pay tax here.
Do you think there's an element where these billionaires are just kind of like pump faking? You do that, I'm gonna go. Don't test me, I'm gonna go, and then they never go. They just because it's like
they just move their money or they move their pension. And there's a group called Patriotic Millionaires. Have you heard about them?
I have seen them, and I think what their cause is noble, but they look really lame.
What's the vibe on that?
So it's a group of millionaires who want to be taxed more. And they're saying, we will stay, please tax us more.
Performative millionaires.
Was that Brian Eno and, there's, I can't name another one.
But they've got a big bus, which they've put it on the side of. That just seems to be the only, messaging that people... They have no imagination, what should we do? Let's get a big bus.
Everyone, they love a bus in the UK.
Bus.
Yeah.
They think it just puts people in a trance. On Monday, Reeves told a parliamentary party that the budget was a package, not a pick and mix. You can't say I like the cola bottles, but not the fruit salad. I think you can say that, though.
You can say that. You just said it then.
There's no law against saying I just want the cola bottles. Reeves has confirmed minimum wage...
Minimum wage. That's where I am, yeah.
The Chancellor has confirmed minimum wage rates will go up from £12.21 to £12.71 an hour from April. And the minimum wage for workers aged 18 to 20, which is currently £10 an hour, will increase to £10.85. Is this good news?
I mean, it probably is about time that there is steady increases, because they did this last year as well. They did raise the national living wage, and the national living wage is the guidance, right? So they say, here's the minimum wage you can possibly pay someone, but then we're also going to set this national living wage, which is sort of more cursory, hey, if you want people to be able to eat and sleep and live somewhere and not want to die all the time, then that's probably the better wage. But not all employers decide to pay it. The problem that you've got is that over the last year, sorry to just be earnest and talk but last year there was a national insurance contribution increase that was only charged to employers. Employers have also suffered, if you're a restaurateur, you're paying higher energy costs, higher landlord costs, higher just all-round taxes. This extra levy will hurt business. If it was done in isolation, it would be fine. But because it's compounded on top of all of the other taxes and costs that they've had to endure, you could see closures.
So, or could it lead to just them raising prices, just putting it on the consumer now?
Yeah, but a lot of places are arguing that they can't raise their prices anymore.
I had my first £8 pint the other day.
Crazy.
Really?
Yeah, bad.
Crazy.
In Soho.
Really?
£8 for a pint.
Where?
Was it foamy?
It was nice. I can't remember where it was, a pub in Soho, but I was like, wow, it's you always remember your first £8 pint. I think
I don't remember my first at all, actually. I was hammered, but that's good for you.
She's got a deficit of 40 billion quid. It's about how much things like wealth tax, mansion taxes actually do bring in.
They're in a doom loop at the moment because you've got high unemployment, you've got not a lot of money going into the exchequer. A lot of people who are unemployed don't want to go into work because work doesn't feel like it pays. People don't feel like they can afford anything. So you're in this constant doom loop. So I think she's trying to attract people into work by adding on this extra 30 or 40p per hour. Would you get out of bed for 30p?
No, man. I could find a fiver on the floor. It's not worth it. Rachel Reeves has been dubbed the most unpopular chancellor of all time. The GOAT of unpopularity.
Well, firstly, I don't think she's the most unpopular chancellor of all time. She's just the chancellor now.
Yeah.
It's never an up. It's.
Every chancellor is the worst chancellor of all time.
I mean, Kwasi Kwarteng wasn't particularly popular, was he?
No. They tried. They went big.
They see a successful black man and they just want to tear him down.
A black superstar, the Jude Bellingham of chancellors.
Models for Louis Vuitton.
Do you guys have any creative ideas on how you'd go about decreasing the UK's deficit?
I've got loads. And they are not serious.
So, just as the UK is currently £2.6 trillion in debt, for context, the US, which has the most national debt, has 29.1 trillion. So, we're doing all right.
We've got loads of room left.
There we go.
So, my ideas. Firstly, Alan Carr should do our negotiation deals.
Okay.
Right? He can make anyone believe anything. So get Alan in the cabinet.
Send them to China.
Perfect. Oh my lord, it's so nice here. Trade ambassador. Alan Carr, you've got the job. Secondly, Buckingham Palace. Loads of rooms going spare. Airbnb, hen do's.
Yes.
Yeah, nice.
Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua, big money fight. I think we should be doing this with other people. 2 words. Charles, Harry, boxing match.
Let them out. Let them have it.
Nice.
Pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Big cash. And
Not
we should
even
also-
Harry and William. You want me to fight his dad?
Yeah, get Sausage Fingers McGee against Harry.
Okay.
Who do you think has the advantage there?
Harry.
Really?
Because Charles, he's not a well man.
Right. Neither's Harry in some respects.
No, he's not. That's true. But if a therapist is in the ring, then Harry's on the road. So much of the debt is interest payments, and it's quite funny because it made me realise that the government is all of us going onto My Student Finance England and just seeing how much our debt has gone up.
It's not real. It's not real.
Who do we owe it to? Genuinely, that's not me being
Ourselves.
facetious. To ourselves.
Yeah.
We can just do it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. It's like in the Splitwise. Don't worry about it. I've got this one.
I do quite like Zach Polanski, what he's had to say in the last couple of days, leader of the Green Party. He's essentially saying it's a fictitious number. If you build more, then you can offset it. I quite like that.
I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah.
I'm a big just print more money.
Because it's sort of like, do you know with your Amex, do you know you're like hit the limit and you're like, oh God, I've hit the limit. But actually the limit doesn't really exist because you can just ring them up and say, can you move that limit? I think that's sort of how we need to start thinking about spending in this country.
Everyone's afraid of spooking the market. Just fucking let it get spooked. What next? So they get spooked. And then you know what happens after you get spooked? You chill out. You're like, oh, I overreacted there. And then you move on with your day.
Yeah. I mean, the last time that we really spooked the market, we did nearly crash the economy.
Is that my girl Lizzie?
Nearly.
It was Lizzie.
Lizzie!
She was-
Liz and Quasi.
She was a riot.
And what happens when you crash? You reverse and you drive off. You
Yeah.
don't give them your details.
Hit and run.
You just keep going. Archaic parliamentary rules dictate chancellors are allowed to have an alcoholic drink as they set out their spending agenda. What would your drink of choice be?
Buzzball.
Buzzball.
Espresso martini.
Really?
Let's wake up and get fucked up.
That's reckless. Why are they shaped like that?
Marketing.
It's bull.
What about you, Ava?
Yeah, I'm a Guinness girl.
Really?
But the problem is the budget takes quite a long time to deliver. They are at the dispatch box for sometimes. I mean, last year she was there for over an hour, and I'm a big pisser because I've told you this before.
You told me on the
You're learning a lot about me. I have 3 kidneys. You don't know this. So
Most people have 2. I found out yesterday.
yeah, so I'm essentially just big filter.
Were you did one get added after you were born or you were born with 3?
No, born with 3.
Wow.
There was a conversation about whether there was a 4th at one point.
Sylvanian kidneys in there, just like babushka dolls.
Yeah.
More kidneys. Here we go. That's an opportunity to raise some more money. She could do a brand spawn at the dispatch box. This budget's brought to you by Heineken.
I think a whiskey would be appropriate.
Yeah.
Because it just feels like cool to have like a shot of whiskey. And then somebody slides it over to me, like we're at a bar.
Are you a big whiskey drinker? Would you drink that off a night out?
No, I'm a performative whiskey drink. I drink it because I think it makes me look like I'm in Mad Men. Basically, we've learned that we love a big bus. You always remember your first £8 pint. And if you crash the economy, just reverse and drive off. Thank you. That's all we got time for this week. Thank you to Max and Ava. Let's raise our dispatch drinks and say like, subscribe, and leave us a comment.
She's a busy one.
This has been a news thing.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody. Cheers.
She's getting fucked. That is disgusting.
Yeah, that's gross.